shocked at the prices of IKEA kitchens. I have not been to IKEA. When was the last time we went to IKEA? I'm going to say a year, more than a year ago. Definitely, sorry, that's, you know what that is. That's Bjorg chasing a fly on the blind, and there will be no blinds left. I've been to IKEA in easily over a year, I'm going to say. I want to go out and I want to get these under bed storage things with wheels on them. So, because it's been so long, I'm going to walk around the doll houses, as my niece calls them. She thinks all of the display houses, which I mean, she's not wrong, is she? She calls them doll houses because to her, they are like these giant doll houses. And I think she is correct. So I find like every time I go to IKEA, the displays can look the same. But it has been so long since I actually went out there. I will grab a coffee and we can stroll through the little doll houses. Now, what I will say is IKEA gives me the, I am naturally introverted. I prefer a garden to a shopping centre. If it's too busy, I'm out of there. Usually when I go to IKEA, I know what I want. I go to the aisle, I go in the back way, I go against the arrows, I get what I need, I pay and I go. But today I will try and go around the little doll houses for you. And yeah, I want to see if there's any storage solutions. That's what I'm after today, is storage stuff, because fingers crossed renovations will be happening and I need to pack away some stuff. And yeah, that's what my mission is today. So let's go. And let's get Bjorg out of the window. Miss Bjorgie, can the fly just have a day off, please? I hate these blinds, but we haven't had any accidents. I was more worried when they were kittens, but they mastered the blinds now. But I cannot wait to get rid of these as well one day. But anyway, let's go. Well, first of all, this little IKEA garden is adorable. I haven't noticed this before, this must be new, but this is very pretty. Now I do know for a lot of you guys, your nearest IKEA could be hours away, so a visit is not on the cards for a lot of you guys. So I am going to walk around and get as much little detail. This can be your point of view walk around the display showrooms with me today. Now I am very lucky because the IKEA in Dublin, on a good morning where there's no traffic, aka a Sunday morning, I can get here in 10 to 15 minutes, which is ridiculously privileged. And honestly, I don't know why I don't visit more often, even if I just come for the cheap meatballs or the hot dog. Now, when there's traffic, it could probably take me an hour. But anyway, let me be your point of view walk around these display showrooms so you can get your fix of walking around one. If you've never been, if one is too far away from you, then I hope you get a little feel for the place. Apparently, the Dublin IKEA is one of their busiest ones, and according to the website, 40 million customers having visited by October 2023. 40 million customers. I mean, I think there's only 5 million people on the island, so how many people are going back and buying more? I think everyone must have something from IKEA in their home. So this particular IKEA is 31,500 square meters, and it's a 2-floor layout. So upstairs you will have the kitchen, but the restaurant, and that seats 500 people. And even when it's busy, you can always get a seat here. I have eaten here a few times. It's usually when I bring my niece and nephew because they want the full experience. They want to eat, then they want to go to showrooms, and then they want to go downstairs to do the shopping. What I like about this IKEA as well is there's loads of parking. I don't park in the underground. I like to park at the side because it's handy to just walk in and out. So I find the underground car park too busy, too fussy. But when you drive in, just turn left and there's a nice cam. Now let's talk prices, because I did notice, and I thought it was just me, but I went online to do a bit of digging. So I noticed an increase in prices, particularly in the sofa section. I feel like years ago you could get an IKEA sofa for maybe anywhere from like entry level 300-400 and then upwards. I noticed that there was like 2-seater couches for like 900, €1,000. Now these are the kind of prices that you will see in your furniture showroom. So your likes of your DFS, your Easy Living, they're the kind of prices you see there, because they have like maybe premium brands. So they have, I know with DFS you can get like Laura Ashley collabs and Country Living collabs and Kat Kitson and stuff, and those sofas are around the kind of like 1,000 upwards mark, maybe 500 for a fancy little chair that sits in the corner. So to see these prices in IKEA, and the quality in my opinion doesn't match for the price. So some of the fabrics, for example, like I love a really firm hard filling in like a bed or a couch. I know some people like the soft fluffy, I like the firm. So when I was kind of like touching the materials, to me, I don't think it matched, the quality didn't match the price. So I went online to have a little dig in to see, have they increased their prices? So apparently from 2021, the average price of products in the Irish IKEA stores rose by over 11%. Apparently this was due to escalating supply chain costs, the cost of raw materials, transportation, logistics, especially after the pandemic. However, it did say on the IKEA site that they invested 10 million into lowering prices on over 300 products. And you will notice that in IKEA there will be some really cheap items. I did see some wicker baskets for sale for like €5, but I also saw a kitchen for 20,000. So the math isn't mathing. So some things, I think, yeah, there's really cheap things that they have at the lower price point, and that's what gets you in. But then I have noticed other things creeping up massively, especially in the kitchen section. I feel like when IKEA first opened, there was some mindset of, oh, just go to IKEA, get something cheap and it'll, tide you over. But I feel like with the cost of living and everything mad expensive, I think people are copping on to whether it's buying a really solid, I think we're all about the quality of a material now. So people are like, well, I'd rather spend a little extra, whether it's on a secondhand item or something that is solid, that will actually last me 10, 20 or a lifetime of years, versus getting a really cheap flimsy product. Because a lot of the IKEA items that I have personally had over the years, some of them are really good quality and then others fall apart. So I've had some drawers in my office that, I pull out and I'm having to tighten them and screw them, and I have had people say, oh, well, just use wood glue and use this. And I'm like, if I'm buying an item, I want it to last. I don't want to have to be putting extra steps in, because most people who are buying flat pack stuff, they are just assembling it and that's it. They want to use it. They don't have the extra cost of like, oh, let's use some wood glue to try and reinforce it. Whereas for an extra cost, you can buy something that's better quality, better made. So it's a hard one with the trade-off. I have lots of IKEA pieces in my home. I personally have a countertop from IKEA and I love it. And I did a kitchen, not design, I had to give my measurements and I got my worktop specially made, and I found the process really good. But would I want a whole IKEA kitchen when my cabinets fall apart in my office? I don't know. And for the price you're paying. But I'd love to know, do you have an IKEA kitchen? Did it, when you were shopping around for things, how did it compare to pricing and quality? But yeah, I'd love to know, have you noticed the price increases that I noticed? Gonna lie, I am shocked at the prices of IKEA kitchens. I saw the £3,000 and I was like, oh, okay. And then I looked at the final price as your appliances, your lighting, custom made wall panel, worktop, and like 7 grand, 19,000 for the blue one. That's insane. I have noticed prices have gone much higher since the last time I've been here. Couches were like 900 that I think previously were maybe 5, 6. So yeah, I can't get over the prices of the cabinets. Like my friend's mum got her kitchen done, new cabinetry, new worktop, new tiles from like a kitchen showroom. And it wasn't much more than what it was here, but the quality is so much better. So yeah, I'm shocked. So I do need bowls, but I'm getting overstimulated. It's not even that busy. I have come first thing, but I do need bowls. I should buy maybe just 4 bowls because I've broken. The one I have hanging on for dear life is actually an IKEA one, but I'm like, no, it's too noisy. So a random fact about me, I have 15 years in the fast fashion trade under my belt, and I think I joke with my former retail friends about how we have the retail PTSD. We would work every single Saturday, sometimes Sundays, and even as a manager, you worked the floor. You worked because you were understaffed. Those fast fashion chains, yeah, they were tough to work for. So when I go into a busy retail environment, even if it's non-fashion, I just need to be in a field to cleanse my soul. I'd love to know if anyone else is the same. I wish I could be one of those people who enjoy busy shopping centres, but I can't. I'm a midweek girly. I love taking a day off. midweek when it is quiet and going to places. But yeah, if you're wondering why I get the ick with these places when they're busy, I think it's just for years I worked in such a chaotic environment. So I love the peace now. And also, shout out to the IKEA staff, because I can only imagine how hard it is on a busy weekend, putting the store back together, putting all the displays back together. I imagine it gets chaotic. But the shop was spotless when I was here. So hats off to the staff. Not gonna lie, I do love when the big hall is peaceful. The queue for breakfast was huge, so I reckon everybody is eating their breakfast before they come down here. So I'm gonna find my stuff. IKEA may be charging 20,000 for a kitchen, but their coffee is oh my camera got stuck in a vent there, I'm sorry. Yes, 20,000. Come back, camera. Oh, my camera gets offended when so in the car, there's my goods, got to be keeping supplies. I think that should be okay. It's only a 10-minute journey. I don't think that's ideal, but it's that heavy. She's not shifting. Yeah, the coffee is €2.20 from the coffee stand. So there is the food section, and then obviously when you go through it, you've got like where you get your hot dog. I think you can get coffee off them, but there is a little coffee shop down to the left, and it was €2.20 for a cappuccino, and they had like little pastries and muffins, and it was quite calm down there. So if you are looking for a nice proper coffee on the way out, because I don't know if the hot dog place does. I didn't get a hot dog because it's early. I'm still digesting me granola. Okay, I'm gonna get this back, and now I have the dread of assembling this because this is way heavier than I thought. This is like a proper piece of furniture. So yeah, we have to go assemble this now. And now for my favourite part, the IKEA assembly. Now I'm not gonna lie, it was so humid the day I decided to assemble this. I did leave it sitting in the hallway for longer than I should, because the hardest thing with making an IKEA thing is just psyching yourself up to do it. So I just started and I already was getting the rage trying to open the cardboard box. I was like, oh no, here we go. I could feel the hair getting stuck to the back of my neck. So anyway, I just got on with it. So whenever I'm assembling any IKEA stuff, I am a follow the instructions kind of girly. I will open up the bag of bits and I will put them all in order. Now I don't count them and check them off to see if I have every piece. I'm not that good. But I do lay them all out so they're easy to find and I'm not having to rummage through a bag of bits every time. And I follow the instructions. Now what I will say is sometimes when I've made larger IKEA items like the iron bed that's in that bedroom, I did find videos on YouTube where people did a step-by-step on how to assemble it. So if you are making a bed or anything bigger, or if you're new to making IKEA items or any flat pack items, because I know there's so many flat pack shops now, have a look on YouTube and see if there is a video, because I know some people are just better at following like a visual, seeing people how to do it. For some reason, this was really heavy. The box was really heavy, even getting it out of the car. All of the front panel pieces and the side pieces were nice, thick. They're like that MDF wood on the inside and then they're coated. So it was quite heavy to do. It was a proper putting it together. It was, yeah, I was getting the IKEA rage. I'm not gonna lie to you. Now, I kinda messed up. So this underbed storage thingamajiggy, it's not designed for this particular IKEA bed. So there is a gap. And I did not measure. But I think it's not too bad because the duvet kind of covers it. And you could get a bed skirt. Well, actually with this bed, it's a bit harder to do a skirt because you have the iron the metal at the bottom. But I only purchased one side because this bed is obviously against a wall. So if it's harder to pull out well, it's kind of impossible to pull out the other side unless you kind of pull these out. So you can see underneath, which is kind of annoying. So it comes in like two. You have a smaller piece up there and you have this piece. Now I could, and I think I might do it, I think I'll push this maybe against the wall. So it'll start here and maybe you mightn't notice it as much. I don't know, maybe I'll sleep on it. It's giving me kind of half done vibe. Yeah, so I think I might, yeah, push it in and then you'll just see that. I don't know. Or I could leave that there and put another thing as well. The wheels only go in and out, so they don't swivel. So if I could make a design suggestion, if IKEA are watching, I don't think they are, make the wheels to swivel. So it pulls in and it pulls out, but it would be great if it could swivel. I'm sure you could put your own swivel wheels on it, but yeah. So I am going to fill them up, but I had a slight little storage fail. So I was also going to put handles on them to make it look a bit fancy, but then I'm like, I don't want to draw attention to them. I don't want to make a feature out of them because, I mean, the bed is nice. So yeah, that's the only thing that's annoying me is you can see that. Now I could put a little wicker material on top to keep the bit of dust out, but I think if there was a second one, it wouldn't look as bad. But yeah, that's my... Also, when I got to the till, these were advertised as 75. And when I got to the till, it scanned at 65. So I don't know if there was like an IKEA sale on, because it is summer. If it was like their summer sale, I did see a lot of summer sale stickers. And maybe I should go back and get a second one. But then I was kind of like happy enough for 65 for one. But then if I go back and get another, that's like 130 quid on underbed storage, which when you add it up that way is very spendy for underbed thingies. So yeah, that's how it's looking. It's giving me the ick. I need to put a curtain here. I think I need to do something just to hide that. Otherwise, it's going to annoy me. Now, I didn't get a chance to film a proper ending because I did order a skirt for the bottom of this bed to hide it, because I was like, nope, this is going to give me the ick. So I ordered a skirt to go around a metal bed frame. And sadly, it didn't arrive when I was finishing off this video, but fret not. Because over the coming weeks, we have to do a lot of organising and undecorating because renovations are fast approaching. There has been some progress this week. So I need to get my skates on and I need to do some undecorating and organising before it all kicks off. So if you want to stay up to date, you can follow the DIY Diary playlist and you can subscribe if you're new. Cheeky thumbs up and engage with videos actually if you are a regular viewer. Sometimes people say that I don't show up on their feed, but that can happen if you don't actually engage with the video, or if you click out, just shows the algorithm you're not interested, and then I won't be shown to you even though you are a subscriber. So do engage, say hello in the comments section, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one.